7 financial red flags to look for in yourself. Hey guys, welcome to Midnight Search. It's really great to have you all here. Today, I would be enlightening you about 7 red flags in finance and also ways to solve them. We all know where spending excessively could get us to in our life. Therefore, this is quite a significant subject for our discussion. I am very sure that after our little session, we would all leave with the mindset of many great rich men and women. Please, I advise you all to stay with me till the last one. If you do, you would surely make fantastic choices when it comes to finance. I assume you all are ready, so let's begin. Number 1. Spending without a budget. Now, a budget is a breakdown of how much you have earned, the amount you wish to spend, and the actual prices of each stuffs to be bought. People that go to the market or wherever without a budget tend to spend or buy more than what they intend. Setting up a budget is like setting up a plan to be used in buying. This process may seem excessive, but many people fail to account for all expenses. There is always a solution to all problems, and this one does not have exceptions. Learn how to take budgeting baby steps. Before going to the market, cut the amount of money you will need. Then write the list of what you need to buy in the order of importance and specify their costs in front of them. For example, if you desire to spend $200, you can budget $50 on fruit and vegetables, $100 on meat and seafood, and the remaining $50 on frozen foods. Whenever you get back home from the market and you discover that your budget was not exactly in line with what you bought, create another list of what you actually bought with how much they cost. Number 2. Friends' influence during purchasing. We may find ourselves moving with friends that in some cases happen to earn more than you, or friends whose parents are richer than yours, and you see them buying very expensive stuffs that you are not able to afford. This trend may affect you, and your willingness to keep up begins to grow until you start putting everything on the line just to blend in with them. You begin to spend more than your capacity, and of course, it affects you badly. For every extravagant spending, there are consequences. Either you starve yourself at that time, or you choose to walk back home instead of taking the bus. A way that can be devised in settling this issue is to learn how to spend according to how much you earn. Consider other expenses and costs before moving on to follow the trends among your friends. If possible, you can choose to stop following extravagant friends and find other friends that are a little bit in your level of earnings. As a result of this, you are not pushed to spend more than what you intend to. Number 3. The piggy bank. Many people fail to understand the importance of saving. Saving saves a lot of people in our world today. Saving is a part of your daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly earnings that you have cut away to achieve a goal or to use as a weapon towards an unexpected cost. Many people have no savings, so they have nothing to use when battling an unexpected cost. These set of people are those people that end up hungry, or those people that won't be able to pay for destroyed properties, perhaps in their business place or wherever. We should be able to save towards a goal instead of using every of our earnings to pay. Some costs require us to pay installments, for example, rent or school fees. These costs require savings. To be able to start saving, baby steps could be taken. You can start saving little by little. Perhaps little amounts every day could be kept apart from your daily allowance. If you wish to go further, you can create a savings account with the bank and store all of your savings there. If possible, you can invest your savings and get extra interest on it when it is due for payment. One thing to consider is that it is very wise to develop the habit of saving. Number 4. The use of debts to pay off debts. When you make debts to pay off other debts, you're definitely not changing anything. All that is changing is the person whom you are owing. It's like you're shuffling your debts, and each time you do so, you end up acquiring more interest on each money you borrow. Whenever this is done, you begin to lose respect among those whom you borrow from. The only solution to this problem is to avoid borrowing money that you cannot return. Also, don't borrow money that would not lead to the production of more finance. An example of a thing you can borrow for is capital to start a business, since it would lead to the development of finance. Number 5. Using credit to purchase when you have cash. To some people, they live to open up their wallet and see cash in it every time, even when they need the cash. Whenever they have the opportunity to buy stuffs and they see people offering sales on credit, they go for it whether they have the cash for it, therefore accumulating creditors wherever they go. This problem is way more physical as it extends to the mental mind. One should be able to develop the mindset of instant payment for things that they have purchased while they still have the cash to do so, instead of waiting till later when the money may no longer be there. Number 6. Buying products that are cheap. Buying cheap products may seem like a very good way to save money, when in actual fact, it could be the worst. Most cheap products aren't original. They are cheap because they cost little to the producers, and cheap resources are used in developing such products. So therefore, most part of a cheap commodity is not authentic, and it would begin to spoil over time. This calls for more costs, as you would have to use more money in fixing such commodities. The prices of cheap products, plus the money that you would use to fix damage later on, add not be up to the price of the expensive original one that would last longer without acquiring extra costs of repairs to itself. We should value the habit of buying original products even for an expensive price, rather than buying fake products for a way cheaper price. Number 7. Not negotiating properly. Bargaining for a better price might seem intimidating, but if you're not negotiating, you're being cheated in most cases. Almost every seller would take the chance of inflating the prices of their products just so that they can earn more profit. If you're not careful, you may be a victim of this situation. An example can be seen in a situation where a seller purchases a plank for $300 and sets out to sell it at $400, whereas the selling price is $350. You have to be able to beat down the price to the original price so that you wouldn't be spending more than necessary money on the plank. This simple act of negotiating gives you the chance to pay less and save more. A simple way of knowing your negotiating price limit is to find a way of discovering the original prices of products before you buy them. Perhaps by asking a friend, searching for the prices of commodities online, or through whatever means. But this means you'll know the amount of money that you are expected to pay and to prepare ahead of time for it. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be up to speed on our videos on lifestyle and mental health. See you next time. Bye!